What's kicking? What's kicking? Thank you for joining this live stream or watching this video. I'm going to be joined hopefully in a second by Zane from Hawaii. Zane's an incredible athlete, professional paddleboarder and surfer. We're just going to chat for a little bit. He's going to be hosting the talk, so I'll be kind of like answering questions with him that he has, and he's going to kind of navigate what we're talking about. So again, thank you guys for joining. Hopefully he'll be jumping on shortly. If you have any questions for us, you can put them in the chat or the Q&A. And that way we can answer some unique questions from the audience as well. So what's up, Darcy? What's kicking? And if you have a question, you can ask it in the chat box or the Q&A on the webinar. We're live on Zoom. We're live on YouTube. Thanks for joining. Hopefully Zane will be here in a second. But in the meantime, ask those questions and I'll answer you guys from the chat. What's kicking? El Habib. Sorry if I get your name wrong. I'm trying to read off the chat screen. Thanks for joining. I hope you all are having a good day or a good night, depending on where you are. I'm having a pretty good day so far. I woke up pretty early. I posted it to all my accounts. I even posted to YouTube as well. Been answering a lot of direct messages about private training, freestyle training. So that's going to be starting next week, which is awesome. So doing some prep work for that. And I'm also myself training on my own. And today I went to the park for about 30 minutes and put a little session in, which ended up being pretty good. It's nice out today. And I landed a few new combos, a few new moves. So pretty satisfied with the training. What's kicking, Alan? What's kicking, Mr. Diop? Ask some questions in that chat box or in the Q&A on the webinar. Hopefully Zane will join us in a second and we can do this little podcast here. What's kicking, guys? Use that chat to ask a question. I'm also going to pop on TikTok here. So I got like 3 live streams going on right now. We're live on Zoom. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Zoom, YouTube, and TikTok all at the same time. What's kicking, Chris? TikTok in the house. Get my setup right here. What's kicking, Raf? What's kicking? What's kicking? TikTok tuning in. We're live on Zoom. We're live on YouTube. I'm going to be doing a little chat with my friend Zane today. What's kicking, Ryan? So hopefully he'll be joining us in a second. But for right now, ask some questions. I'm going to be answering some questions if you have anything. So El Habib said, what is the gift for the next giveaway on YouTube? So I'll be doing some giveaways in different places. So I'm going to do a giveaway on YouTube, maybe at like 5K. I'm going to do a giveaway on TikTok at 1 million. I'm going to do a giveaway at the very least on July 1st on Instagram. And I've kind of asked a question in my story to ask, you know, what do you want for a giveaway? It's not going to be cleats again because that was like $320 out of my pocket. So that's a pretty high end gift. That was 1 million followers. So like we went hard on that one. This one for July 1st will just be like a summer giveaway, and we'll do like a jersey or a soccer ball or something, or maybe it'll be one of my jerseys that I'll sign for you, or it could be like a gift card, or it could be an autograph card of me, or it could be like a shout out on my page, something like that. That we'll do on July 1st. But there might be a surprise giveaway before then, something maybe small, but make sure you have your post notifications on so that way you know immediately if there's a giveaway. What's kicking TikTok? Yo, Gabriel from Brazil in the house. That's so sick. That was one of the coolest nights for me. That was the first time I'd ever been to Brazil, and that was the first night that I was there. So we have Gabriel in the house from Santos. And yeah, we just pulled up to the beach from our hotel, and these guys were playing at night with like bikes as goals. It was the coolest thing. And we just had a really good time kicking it. That was awesome. Yeah, definitely remember that. That was sick. Yo, thanks, Noah. No, I'm going to write your name in my spreadsheet, all right? Noah. Well, I got so many numbers in your name, bud. Noah, 14852. Dang, man. Is this your phone number? 369. All right, I got you. So Noah, check this out. You're on the screen. I got your name down. I'll remember that, okay? Keep them coming, though. Raf asked, what's my favorite trick or combo? My favorite trick or combo. My favorite trick is probably my handstand neck stall. It's like it looks like a scorpion, where I'm like inverted and I catch the ball in my neck. That's probably like my favorite, just kind of like pop off and do. And right now I'm working on a freeze move, like a freeze like b-boy move, where I pop the ball up from a sit down and basically invert into like a handstand, catching the ball between my feet, which is kind of hard to explain and visualize, but you'll see it soon. Turkey in the house, what's kicking? All right. Waiting for my friend Zane here to join us. He'll be hosting a little podcast that I'm trying to do today. If he doesn't join, though, we'll just have a little chat. We'll say what's up. So if you do have questions, you can type them in the chat on TikTok or on YouTube, and I can answer you guys right now. Noah coming in fire with the pandas. That's dope. Noah 147852369. I got you. I love soccer too, guys. I love football. I love connecting with people through the game. Do a house tour. I don't know. I could show you parts of my house. I can't show you my whole house. Sometimes I get uncomfortable with that because like I'll be outside my house. People will be like, yo, I live there. And it'll be really awkward to know that like people can identify like where I live. So that's a little bit uncomfortable. So I don't share too much of my house or where I live and stuff like that. Thailand in the house, what's kicking? So I can do a backflip, but I chicken out. I get too nervous, so I can only do it on a pad. I can do a backflip well on a pad, but as soon as I go onto a hard surface, I can't do it. Do I like the F2 freestylers? I love the F2 freestylers. Jeremy and Billy, you know, I haven't met them yet in person, but I think they are good guys, and I think they have paved the way for people like myself to do what it is that I do. I wouldn't be able to probably do what I do with the ball and make a living doing it if it wasn't for the F2. And so I pay mad respect to them for everything that they come out with. Their production quality now is insane. They're super creative and clever, and they have personality. They have the look, they interact with pro players. They just check all the boxes, so I have a lot of respect for them. See you later, Alan. Thank you guys all for joining. Right now, I'm just like answering questions, Q&A. I'm hanging out. I'm at my house. I just finished a little training session. I landed a couple new combos, which was good. And I jumped home. I'm waiting for my friend to hopefully pop on and we'll do a little talk. And in the meantime, I'm answering your questions. If you want to follow back on TikTok, all you have to do is share a I'm very rich emoji gift. I followed Kyle yesterday, Kyle 2008 from yesterday. What's kicking, Marco? Miami in the house. I feel like Gary Vee right now. I'm like on Zoom, I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on Instagram on my other phone going crazy. I probably most want to collaborate with a few people. One is Street Panna, Jack Downer. We met once last year in London, and we're hoping to get the chance after all this quarantine stuff to collaborate and come out with some sick street content and trick shot content, which will be really cool. I want to collab with Brian Mangle, who I've also met but haven't gotten a chance to film with. I want to collaborate with Jeremy Lynch from the F2. I think that would be great. And a bunch of other people that I have collaborated with before, I'd love to collaborate with again and just come out with like all sorts of new stuff. I have so many ideas, but some of them are predicated on having a teammate or a group of people to like make them happen. Thanks for the love, guys. I appreciate you. Live on YouTube as well. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you ask questions in that chat box. It's like we got Thailand in the house here as well. Turkey's in the house. What's kicking, Dominic? Suppa 654, what's kicking? Thank you guys for joining. Thank you to Noah for sharing those gifts. Noah, I wrote your name down on my gift spreadsheet. I have like a little spreadsheet for anyone who shares gifts. And if you send enough, you might get a follow back or a shout out or something cool. Pedro says I should do a collab with the F2. And I mentioned that before. I'd love to especially collab with Jeremy at some point. His videos, especially on TikTok, are so creative and clever. And obviously there's times where he's like doing stuff that are trending, where he's replicating a trend. But a lot of times he's just making stuff that's really, really cool and does a great job of it. So I think it'd be really fun to do a video together. Something crazy though. It would have to be insane. It would have to be next level. But yeah, definitely would love to do stuff with the F2 in the future. All right, y'all, I'm gonna stay on for about 5 more minutes if you have any questions. I was hoping to just have basically like a podcast meeting with my friend, but it looks like he might be busy right now. So I'll answer a few more questions and then I'm gonna get back to work over here at my house. What's kicking? What's kicking? A lot of people joining on TikTok. Love to see you here. If you guys are bored, I uploaded a 9-minute long video today on YouTube that is a compilation of all my TikTok videos that have gotten over 1 million views. So basically I just took every video that got over 1 million views and I just compiled them into one video with like one track on it. And you can go to my YouTube now and just watch that. I don't know, some of the videos are cool, some of them are funny, some of them are impressive, some of them are stupid, but it's 9 minutes of videos. I think there's like 22 clips on it. And again, all of them individually on TikTok got over 1 million views. I think the total sum was like, I don't know, 70 million or something like that. Yeah, guys, I live in USA. I live in Seattle, Washington, on the West Coast. So some of you may be joining from another country where the time is different. That's how time zones work. So it might be nighttime where you are, but it's like mid-afternoon here. Sorry, guys, I don't speak Turkish. I only speak English, and I can like comprehend a little bit in Spanish, but not too much. Thanks, Vanessa. I appreciate you. What's up, YouTube? Thanks for joining that chat. If you have any questions, YouTube, TikTok, Zoom, ask them in the chat, and I'll answer your questions for another 3 minutes. And then I'm going to log off and get back to work over here. Sing101010. I didn't win a tournament. You might be referring to the FIFA Volta competition. There was like a live showcase in London last year, and I was the top goal scorer in that tournament, but unfortunately Team USA did not win. Hopefully next year there will be a FIFA 22 launch event where we can show up and throw down. We got Mel Navarro. Sorry if I get your name wrong. Or am I sponsored by any brands? Sort of. So currently I don't have any full-time sponsors, but I do have a number of companies that will reach out to me with work, including EA Sports and FIFA. And I have a project coming out with them right now. So EA Sports, FIFA, I work with. I also work with Red Bull sometimes. So some of you may have seen videos where there's like a ton of cans like on the floor. It's because they send me stuff and I do some event work for them. So for example, Red Bull will have me at the Neymar Juniors 5 competitions to do performances or to MC, basically like hype up on the microphone, or to do social media content. I've also done stuff in the past with brands like Verizon. I've done stuff with Hulu. I've done stuff with Seattle Sounders, the MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, Premier League, NBC, man, so many. Puma, Nike, Adidas, US Soccer, Copa 90, who else? Wells Fargo. So you'll see these as like sponsored posts where I'll do like a sponsored campaign, especially on Instagram. So you'll see, you know, paid partnership with Isopure Protein or paid partnership with et cetera, and I'll get paid to do like a post to promote. I have a new sponsored post that I'm working on today. And it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be kind of a funny one. So it should come out pretty good, but I can't say who it is yet. So we had a question on YouTube from Tanaswa. Sorry if I get your name wrong. How old were you when you started playing, and have you ever thought of going professional like EPL? So I've been playing since I was real little, like everyone else. And I started playing really competitively around 11 years old, but I didn't get on a path early on towards professional soccer. I played a lot of different sports. I played basketball, I swam, I ran track and field. And I mostly just played for my high school. And then I did play Division I soccer in the United States for a college team. And we were like average, and I was average on that team. So the prospect of me going pro wasn't super realistic. And so I decided to pursue freestyle instead. I always loved doing tricks and skills, kind of like the F2. And I looked up to them from when I was in high school. And so I started kind of making my own videos like that. And I got onto the New York Red Bull Street team, which is kind of like an F2 freestylers version, but with the New York Red Bulls in the MLS. And so we didn't play any games or anything like that, but I got to perform shows and do appearances and entertain. And now that's what I do for a living. So I have no intent on even trying to go pro. And if I did, I don't think that I would make it even to the MLS, especially now I'm 28 years old already. So my favorite freestylers, El Habib on YouTube is asking, who are my favorite freestylers? I have a lot of favorite freestylers and respect for a lot of, the people who have inspired me and I've been in the game for a long time. One of them that I met very early on is PWG. I love Takora. I love Mikrich. I love watching Erland is sick, Boyka, Ricardinho, Melody from France. I'm trying to keep it to like strictly freestylers. So like Andrew Henderson. Who else? Patrick Shaw from the United States represented hard this last year. So I'm really proud of him and excited to watch him compete again this year. On the online competition, I think he'll get pretty far. All right, so those are some of my favorite freestylers. And then we have, thanks, Noah. Appreciate the panda. Shout outs. Verified with no vids. 1. Do I have any tips for defenders? My tips for defenders are to practice playing one-on-one with your friends. Set up like a lane where you have to score on each other. And when they try to beat you, make sure that they don't score. Get practice and repetitions on your spacing, on your timing, on your positioning, on the way that you balance and shift your feet, on the way that you tackle, on the way that you use your body, on the way that you transition after you win the ball. So those are a few tips. Just play one-on-one with someone of similar ability to you, or like if you have a teammate who's an attacker, play against them one-on-one in like a small lane and just go at each other for like 20 minutes straight. Just practice that 1v1 defending. That's a good way to improve defensively 1 versus 1. There's a lot of other components to defending. So that's just one tip. All right, I'll do one more question and then I'm going to log off again and get back to work over here. So last question, let's make it a good one. Can be from YouTube or from TikTok. Thanks for sharing the live. I appreciate you. Last question can be from TikTok or YouTube. If you're hearing a sound, it's probably my crappy computer, like fan on fire. My computer's like 4 years old. But let's have one good question finish. Good question. I want to answer a question that I haven't really answered before. So don't ask like what's my favorite team or like my favorite color. Well, that's a good question. All right, Dora. So Dora4555 said, what is my favorite championship memory? My favorite championship memory. I haven't won a lot of championships in anything, so there's not a lot to choose from. I would say, let me think about it for a second. Favorite championship memory. I think my favorite was probably, and this isn't exactly a championship, but when I was 17 or 18, my club team was in the state finals for club soccer, so the New Jersey state finals. And we were just an average like travel soccer team. I didn't play for any of the academies. I didn't play for like the ODPs and the EPNLs or whatever the acronyms are. I just played for a local club called Warren United. And so it's basically just a group of like me and my friends from growing up who played together in a small town. And we had a few good players and a few players from out of town as well. And we, our last year playing together, we made it all the way to the NJ State finals. And we were playing this jacked up team, this really good team. And some of them were already in college playing because they were 18. So they were in the age group, but they were already in college. And they were just really good. And we were tied all the way through the game, 1-1. They went up first. We tied it. And it ended up just coming down to the wire. And we just got so exhausted by the end of the game trying to keep up with these guys because they were studs. And they ended up putting one in with like 10 minutes left. And we ended up losing. But I was so proud of myself and my teammates for having made it that far, being that we weren't one of these like pro academy teams or anything. We were just a group of kids from a small town, and we just worked really hard to fight our way to that level. And we were able to get there and compete. And so even though we lost, I think that's my favorite championship memory. All right, y'all. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for joining this live. I appreciate you, whether you're on TikTok or YouTube. And hopefully another day I can do the podcast with Zane. But for now, I'm going to end this.